Get your cigars at warfightertobacco.com.
Hey Scott, you bring any cigars? I forgot mine.
Yeah, I always have cigars.
Cool, I'll come grab it.
Don't worry, I'll send one your way.
No, it's okay, really, I'll come grab it.
No, don't worry. I've been practicing. Stop being a bitch.
No, no! I don't even have a cutter.
Don't worry, I got you.
Got it. It took a little damage. That's still smokable, right?
You know,
That's a strong band.
I think this proves that we got some of the best construction in the industry.
Especially on our bands.
I know. We shot this arrow with a cigar on the end of it. 70-pound draw weight,
70-pound draw, 400 grain arrow.
100 grain tip. And the only reason that it grenaded like this is because it hit the ground. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Learn something new every day.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Come on, bitch. I will fucking grab you and
Let's go get a gator. Really big gator.
Are you done? Fucking 9.5 foot, I wouldn't bitch, motherfucker. Okay, now this bitch gotta die. Good shot.
Hell yeah. Eight five.
So you get 2 inches when you hang it. Okay, I wish you guys could smell this room. This is our aging room at the factory. So it is it's a little spicy just because of how the cigars age once they're rolled. They kind of have to marry all the tobaccos together. And this is a process to be able to do it. So on all these shelves, all these cigars are going to sit and hang out here as they're acclimating back to where they need to be. There's a lot of cigars. There's about 800,000 cigars in this room. There's a whole bunch of different blends, some test stuff, some custom stuff. So just a little bit of everything. You know, if we look around real quick, these are going to be cigars pre-rolled, just sitting here aging. And they're just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. These guys have been here. These are probably ready to roll or ready to be packaged right now. Some of them aren't that ready yet. So at minimum, they need to be here about 30, 45 days. A lot of them, depending on the type of wrapper that's on it, some have to be longer. You know, the darker the wrapper, the more age it needs to get before it gets back down to, you know, that smokable level of preferred flavor profile that they're trying to get when you're blending and making these cigars. So this is our aging room filled with cigars. And I wish this was a scratch and sniff video. This is the best room. Ooh, that hurt. Get out of here, fucker. You probably got that too, huh? Yeah, hell yeah. Well, guys, we are in the middle, kind of in the middle. We're kind of in one of the corners of one of the fields. And I just want to show you guys a little bit about a plant. We're in the process of harvesting right now. They're taking parts of the plants already. But what they do is they pick a little bit at a time, and then they let the plant sit for a few days, and that lets the nutrients get shot up to the next set of leaves, and then they pick the next. And they do that through the whole field until they get all the way up to the top where the lajero is. You know, these are the leaves that have all the really bold flavors, the heavy nicotine, and these are the last ones that they get to be picked. If you look around, there's some that it looks like it still has a little bit left on it, but there are a handful of plants that still have some flowers, and that was left intentionally, so that way we can harvest the seeds and then continue growing the next crop using the seeds off of the current crop that we have. These plants are looking beautiful. Everything out here is just awesome. You feel like you're in a whole different world. It's really quiet. It's really nature sounding. And then you get all these beautiful plants to play around and look at.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. This is our... we're trying something new. We're going to do a podcast. We're going to do it live just because we've never done this before, and we're going to see how it works. We had you watching John on the video earlier because he's not here today, so that's all of John you're going to get today. He's out of the country doing scuba stuff. So I'm with Justin. It's time for a Warfighter Tobacco podcast. So today, like I said, we're going live, trying that out. So I want to interact with you guys. So if you have questions, let's make it I'm not going to ignore you. I want this to be part of the show. So hit me with questions, and we'll try to talk about whatever comes up. But today, we started our Father's Day sale. So it's an automatic 20% on anything you order until June 15th.
Yes.
So hit up the website. There's no code or anything like that. You just get an automatic 20% off of everything you order. So I don't think there's anything limited. Is there?
I do not believe so. I think everything's kind of fair game right now. So.
Usually we might have like a charity product or something we can't discount, but I think right now everything's discountable. So
if it's in stock, it's 20% off.
Yeah, and speaking of in stock, we just got a huge pallet today of cigars, and so now the dumpster fires are back in stock. We got a bunch of our, a bunch of the stuff that we were just getting low on are back in stock. A lot of our new bands. I'm smoking the new banded. Same blend, 762 Garrison, and I just think they look fucking sexy.
Yes, they look so good.
Yeah, so I'm really happy with how they turned out. I had some issues. Always have some issues.
A little trial and tribulation.
But if you guys are listening and you're curious about the problems that come along with working with the factory that's in Nicaragua, I'll give you some examples today. Our Minutemen, we asked the factory to do bundles of 10 5-packs. We didn't get that. It was an ask. It was we'll get that done for you. That did not happen. The Lanceros are a real skinny cigar. Our new bands are not designed for a real skinny cigar.
Yes.
So the factory was supposed to use old bands. They used new bands.
Yep.
So it looks kind of goofy. But we only got like 10 boxes of them, so we're just gonna. If you end up getting those, you got them.
Yep. You get the one off.
Yeah, you'll have the unique ones, right?
People, I can't. There's certain niches where people like want the messed up one,
right?
Where they're like, oh, this is the blend. This is where they messed it up. I want that one,
right?
It's like,
so 10 boxes of 5.56 Field in Lancero, or we have one old box, so you can't be the first.
Yeah.
But if you're the next 10, you're going to get new bands, new boxes. And the new boxes look fucking kind of cute.
They do. They're adorable. They're short and chubby.
Yeah, it's the new boxes with the Lanceros, they look pretty unique.
They do.
So
they do.
Yeah, I should have had one sitting out here, but I don't.
When you brought that in here, I was just like, what what size is that? And then I was just like, oh yeah, the Lanceros. We haven't seen those yet. They look so funny.
Still a 30 count box for the Lanceros, because if it was a 20 count box, it'd look even
goofier. Which, you know what? Maybe that would be even more adorable. Like there's a chance, you never know.
Yeah. Yeah, so John is in Roatan. I don't know if he's doing any charity stuff. I know he brought Mal down there to get her certified.
Yeah, I believe he said it depends on how busy the dive shop gets, and if needed, he's going to lend a hand with like getting students through and stuff. But other than that, he's essentially just there while Mal's getting her certification, which is cool.
Yeah, it's not really Warfighter scuba related. It's more of a vacation, and he happens to know people there.
I think, it's a pretty sweet setup he's got down there. It pays to know a guy wherever you are.
That is true. I try to teach that to my kids. It's not, you can have a great resume, right? You have to know somebody.
Yep.
Or at least know somebody who knows the person you want to know, right?
The old adage of it's not what you know, it's who you know.
That's
so true.
It's absolutely true. Yeah. So get out there and network. That's kind of the point of that.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting behind a computer, you're never going to get to know people.
No.
And if you shit talk them on the social medias, that probably won't work as networking either.
It's funny you bring this up. I was watching a YouTube. Apparently, it's a series. But when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, Scott would love this." So we've talked about Barstool Sports.
Yeah,
they have a golf, like a dedicated to just golf channel.
Right.
And they have a series where one of the guys that plays on the channel, everybody shit talks him. So they started a series where it's rigs versus haters. So people that talk shit all the time online, they're just like, come out this day, we're going to play. And they literally bring him out, record everything, and put it out. And it's just like, I was immediately just like, oh, Scott, just this idea of the series is fucking
How does he
cool.
do against the shit talkers?
So I watched the most recent one, I guess. I didn't even know it was a thing. But he said that unlike, I guess, every single first tee box, he always loses the first one.
Yeah.
But I think he's won a couple and then lost one or two. But I was just like, I fucking props, because the whole thing is like he's kind of putting his shit up for grabs of you want to talk shit, come play me.
Well, if it's just on the first tee box, he might do that to build their confidence a little bit.
That's
Then you
true.
come back and you fucking crush them.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Just be like, I gave you a little bit of hope, and now I'm just gonna crush your dreams. Like, I respect that play. I absolutely respect that play. But yeah, you're packing up for the weekend. Got some fun plans.
Yeah, we're going to a new off-road park this weekend.
Ooh, a new guy.
Yeah, River Run. I guess it's up kind of toward it's not by Dallas, but it's that direction instead of the direction of Houston. So, but yeah, they're having a bigger event, and I've never been there, so gonna give that one a whirl, see what that's all about. People seem to have a good time there, so it's like an extra hour away from us compared to the one in Houston, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
how long is that drive when you have everything hooked up?
3 hours. You know,
that's
when
not too bad.
I'll go 70 pulling the camper.
Yeah.
I won't really go any faster than that.
Mm-hmm.
If I just have the trailer and the side by side, I'll go whatever speed I want to.
Huh.
But not when I have the camper. That one slows me down a little bit.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Not that I couldn't pull it faster. I just shouldn't.
Just shouldn't.
Yeah.
I was looking at current events and stuff, trying to find stuff, and there was a story of an 18-wheeler that was carrying 70,000 pounds worth of bees in beehives.
Saw that.
And it overturned, and they just shut. I'm assuming the whole town or wherever that general square mileage was, they just shut it all down. I was just like, golly.
Can you imagine being like one of the first cars to just drive past?
Oh, right.
And your whole windshield is just bee guts everywhere.
Oh yeah, like especially you're doing like 70 or something. You're just like, God, is there a hailstorm I can't see? Like, because you hear bees, those things are fucking loud.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
We were driving somewhere, and we were in traffic, and we stopped, and there was a trailer, and it had like beehives on it, and it was like I was like, oh, find out if there's any holes in the truck, I guess, because they were all over.
Yeah.
But as long as that queen bee's in there, they will follow. But we got our first comment.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, you want to hit that guy?
Cigar question for y'all. I swung by the Easter weekend and met Justin and John, great guys, and bought a sampler. I have my bachelor trip and want cigars for the trip. What's your recommendations?
This is a great question because we always get questions for like, oh, it's for a group and stuff.
Now, I'm assuming that you're wanting to buy cigars for the group by this question. And so I always recommend our 762 Field, our Sumatra, because we blended that cigars for like new cigar smokers. It's a good cigar anyway, but it's like very low on the nicotine, very easy to smoke. The flavor's good. And so for people who don't smoke a lot of cigars, that's what I recommend.
Yeah.
But what I would do maybe is, if you don't want to get a sampler, because then you overwhelm everybody. Oh, I have 6 to choose from. What do I pick, right? But if you do one and you just say, hey, this is our 762 Sumatra, you just say, hey, that's a mild one. And then get like, our Corojo or Rosado that's a little bit bolder. For people who smoke a lot more cigars, they're going to appreciate those two a little bit more, I think. And then you can just say, I have a milder and a bolder cigar. 2 choices, and it'll make it simple for your people.
That is a great point. I never even thought of just being like, nope, this is the cigar I brought.
Yeah.
Just 5 of the same one, and then it eliminates the whole like, oh well, like I'll grab that one, but this guy also wants.
The last golf tournament we did, we had Andrew from Rustic come out and sell the cigars, and I told him just do night shift and dumpster fire.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Keep it simple.
Absolutely.
People don't have to shop that way.
Nope.
You're like, $10 or $15, just because it was on the golf course and easy numbers to work with.
Yeah.
Right. And that seemed to work a little quicker and better.
Absolutely. Especially when you're out there and you're actively doing stuff and those are your only two options.
Yeah.
It's way easier to just
It's
be
way
like,
sometimes
A or B.
Dude, I'm looking at buying combat boots right now.
Oh, gosh.
I haven't worn a combat boot since probably 2008. Right?
Yeah.
They've changed.
Drastically.
And I've been like overwhelmed
Yeah.
on like what the fuck I should buy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wish I had two choices.
Yeah.
Like this one's okay and this one's better.
Yeah.
And now I'd be like, I'll take the better one.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Yeah.
now there's so many. It's insane.
Yeah.
I think I narrowed it down.
It's
Look, we got another question from Philip. I haven't seen all the podcasts yet, so you may have already answered, but how do y'all end up in San Antonio? I love that you're local because I can drop by and pick up Coronas, which are hard to find.
Ooh,
yes.
a fellow Corona lover. Love
right.
hearing that.
And a local guy, apparently.
Yeah.
So, two reasons we ended up in San Antonio. Three reasons, probably. One, when I owned the gun shop in Nebraska and we started Warfighter in Nebraska, about the time I started Warfighter, my wife gave me an ultimatum. She said, I'm done with these winters. We need to move to Florida or Texas. You pick. I don't care. Right? So that planted the seed.
Also, she gave you A or B.
Yes. She gave me two choices.
Yeah.
Right? She gave me two choices. And then, we were friends with like the Black Rifle guys and looking to move somewhere outside of Nebraska. And I kind of let Black Rifle do the market research for me, right? Like, there's a reason they're moving to San Antonio. Hey, why are you guys looking at San Antonio? Well, taxes happen to be good. Tobacco tax in Texas is very, very good. And then it's, San Antonio specifically has the highest per capita veterans in the whole country. So San Antonio just made a lot of sense for us. And that's kind of how we ended up in San Antonio. So, and now it's my new home. I love San Antonio. And yeah, I'll be here. So, unless I'm in a different country.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
So, yeah, but that's a good question. What else should we talk about? I was talking so much my cigar went out. This is the bad thing about having
just solo.
Just two people. Well, I got you, Justin.
I appreciate that. I'll try to give you time to puff on your cigar there, get it relit. I did find out something though. So Scott and I, I think it was like Monday or Tuesday, we were talking about the whole combat boot situation, and I told him the ones I wore when I was in. I went through a few and found one that I liked.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming because we're both obviously we're on the Warfighter social media account, it all gets tied. So now all of my ads are also now combat boots. And at first I was like, I talked to Scott about this for like 5 minutes.
No, I've been deep diving. I've been searching on my computer.
Yeah.
I guarantee you're getting.
I think so. We're getting,
yeah.
which is funny now because now I'm gonna really pay attention to ads to be like, oh, now I know like I can be like if I need like Christmas gift ideas, I can just be like, what are the guys looking at? Like,
yeah.
But it's
well, I got a question for the listeners.
Ooh.
So speaking of combat boots, in the Army, I was never allowed to have zipped up zipper boots.
Yeah.
Right. I tried on a pair and I'm like, these are fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But then I've been reading some reviews, and some of the reviews say the zipper broke or it comes undone.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any experience with that?
Ooh yeah.
Yeah.
Because same thing. I was not in a tank, so I was not allowed to wear zipper boots.
Yeah. If a lot of the zipper boots are people who fly in the Air Force, that's where it's allowed.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So, and it was, I guess, so that if they're on like a alert status,
they can just whip them on
they
real
can
quick.
whip 'em on real quick.
Which is very Air Force to be like, we know you're gonna have your boots off, so we'll make sure you can get them on quick.
Yeah.
Like that's so Air Force.
Yeah. But
We got a question from Casper.
all right, whiskey cigar question. I got a sampler pack and was wondering what whiskey would pair well with the 762, for example, besides JMO or Eagle Rare. So he knows what I was going to say. And then FTFO, love you boys. So I've talked about pairing on this show before. Obviously, I think if you're smoking something you don't like and you pair it with something you like, it's not going to end up well. If you're drinking something you don't like and you pair it with something you like, it's not going to end up well. If you don't like either, that's just stupid.
Fair.
So I would, are you going to get different notes? Yes. But I don't think it really matters. Like, I can't tell you how to pair something.
Mm-hmm.
Try the different combinations that you like. You're going to get different results. What I like about pairing even more than that is if you pair at the same time, you have a bourbon and say a tequila.
I was going to ask you that.
And you smoke a cigar, how much it changes between, like, you'll get subtle differences between this bourbon and that bourbon.
Yeah.
But you'll get drastic changes if it's like bourbon and then a sip of tequila and then you smoke again, I like to pair that way, but I don't do a whole lot of pairing. But
do you have like a go-to or have you noticed anything like a specific blend to tequila or a specific blend? Is it the same as like you just pair what you like with what you like?
Yeah. I'm not going to, I have like, to me, there's no perfect pairing.
Yeah.
And there's no like, people ask me what my favorite cigar is. It's the one I haven't tried yet. Well, you throw pairings in the mix of that, right? Then, oh my God, just with Warfighter cigars
mm-hmm.
and just the booze I like,
there's
45, 50 pairings I could do.
Probably add a couple zeros to that.
Yeah.
Like that's hundreds, if not thousands.
Yeah.
Like,
so, and then if, I smoke other brands,
mm-hmm.
So if it's just, whatever I'm smoking, I'll pair with whatever I'm drinking at the time.
Yeah.
And I usually enjoy it. So.
How often do you like, you obviously have been smoking cigars for a while now. How often are you like taking a drag of your cigar and then taking a sip and like analyzing the flavor notes and stuff? Like, was that a big thing earlier on and now it's just like that tastes good and that tastes good?
Yeah.
That's
like
pretty much it.
Honestly, I don't like pairing.
Yeah.
Like to nerd out about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because then you really got to focus.
Yeah.
And usually when I'm drinking bourbon and I'm smoking a cigar, I'm focused on the conversation.
Yeah.
Right. It's hard. Like right now, I have the Jameson triple, the civilian triple, or the
duty free.
No, not the duty free.
Oh no, the domestic.
The domestic triple, and I have a Rosado. Two of my favorites. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they're going to pair well together. So, sorry. I know that did not help you, and I guess I don't apologize.
Find two that you like individually, throw them together.
Yeah.
And then
just mix it up, see what you think. That's just my conclusion after trying it for so long. Is there's no perfect answer to that.
Makes sense.
So, Michael, I've never worn zipper boots. Had a provost sergeant that swore by them. Any recommendations on non-alcoholic pairings? Alcohol isn't my jam, and I'm just now getting into cigars. Coffee.
Ooh, yes. One of my go-to is I've got a massive sweet tooth, so like a nice vanilla or like a caramel with the Sumatra is phenomenal.
Yeah, like not just coffee, but like pair a cappuccino with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that was my favorite thing when we were in Nicaragua. Is I had coffee like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, and it was amazing because start the day we'd eat breakfast and then they bring a cup of coffee, light a cigar. Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. It was fantastic.
One thing about the cappuccinos and stuff like that is you get more of a mouth coating.
That is true.
And I think it blocks, to me, I lose the cigar flavor. Mm-hmm. It's just overpowered a little bit.
Yeah.
But like that espressos and the Cuban shots of coffee and stuff like that,
I feel like if you keep like the milk out of the coffee, it removes that film that might come on the palate, and so you're just going to retain all the flavor notes from both the cigar and the coffee and pair it together. I'll also say one of my other favorite pairings with a nice coffee is the Oscuro Maduro, the Garrison Oscuro Maduro, because it like the Oscuro already has like plenty of flavor notes, but it's just amplified to 10, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah. Honestly, the thing I probably pair the most with my Rosado is my strawberry watermelon C4.
Oh, yes.
Not because that's what I want to pair, it's because that's what I'm drinking and this is what I'm smoking.
Yep.
So I'm very familiar with that pairing.
Absolutely. I do the exact same thing. Like, odds are, because I bring in my Monster in the morning and I usually nurse it until about 2 or 3. So most of the time that's what's getting paired with it. unless it's like a weekend or something and we're out on the lake or on the water somewhere, and then it's my cigar and my shitty light beer.
Yeah. Honestly, water too.
Yeah.
Just to keep your palate clean.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, I don't know. Like I notice the cigar more if I'm drinking water.
Yeah. I like Dr. Pepper and root beer, or like my 2 sodas.
Yeah.
That if I'm
there's a
smoking
lot going on with both of those flavors.
Yeah.
Right. So Dr. Pepper, I mean, you could fucking nerd out on just drinking Dr. Pepper's 23 flavors.
23 flavors, baby.
Yeah.
It's the king of sodas right there.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not an expert on pairings. I don't know if it's I don't care.
I think it's just so subjective.
It is. Like
It's
I
so
couldn't write.
subjective.
I couldn't be like, yeah, this is what you got to do, because it's like you can do whatever you want. You know?
Well, it's taking 2 things that are extremely individual opinion based.
Yes.
Like you have to, like for you to recommend a good pairing, you'd have to recommend a cigar that person already
Right.
likes and a whiskey that they already like, and then pair it together. And then maybe that person doesn't like that combo. So it's like, it's an impossible
I would
task.
probably be better at telling you which cigars wouldn't go well with what drinks.
Oh, there you go.
Like
Yeah.
that would be easier for me, probably.
That makes sense.
You know,
Yeah.
and it boils down to like this stuff I don't like,
Mhm.
right? So, yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah. Oh, got another question popped up. I enjoy pairing Maduros with blackberry Dr. Pepper or an orange cream Coke Zero.
Ooh.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I can totally see how, like, just like how there's a million whiskeys that you could pair with a million cigars, there's a million different sodas, whether it's the cream, strawberry, blackberry, then you drop in like diet, and it's just like, oh, you can still make a million different pairings, whether it's alcoholic or not,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah.
Also, quick question for everybody watching. This, like Scott said, is our first. So if you can drop in the comments if everything sounds good, looks good. I've got it pulled up on my phone. I'm cheating a little bit. But let us know how it looks on your end, just so we know that I did not royally screw this up.
Yeah.
'Cause,
And do you want us to do this for every podcast? That's another thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, or if
absolutely.
we do it once, you know. Once
Or do you like the regular, just scheduled Friday drops and everything? But
Yeah. I mean, we could go live and treat it like we're not live and just ignore everybody.
that's true.
I've been on live podcasts where that's the case.
That is true.
Or make you pay us $10 for us to acknowledge you. Which would be nice. I'm not going to turn it down.
100%.
I don't know if I would require that for not quite that popular yet, I guess.
Ooh, the video is a little out of sync with audio on my end. You know what?
Okay.
I think I know the solution to that. I forgot to check that beforehand. But Michael, we appreciate it. You did point something out that I would not have thought of until you said that. So
Give him a
the next
nerd explanation.
So there is I believe inside of the software that we're using to stream this, there's an 8 millisecond delay. Which, because we usually record these and then I edit them together and then post them, I always fix in post. But since we're eliminating the post essentially on this side, I forgot to change that. I just need to change that in our streaming software, and then we should be good to go. But yeah, that's the nerd explanation.
You can't do it while we're doing it?
I don't believe so. It's inside the settings, and with my luck, I'm going to hit the wrong button and everything's just going to turn off. But for the next one, it will be fixed.
So we're sorry for the delay.
Yeah.
But thank you. A little bit out of base. I'm kind of getting that in my ears too. I'll be honest with that.
Huh.
Might have to turn down his sub.
Oh, if you got a sub, yeah. That's audio wise.
Here, let me help you out.
Scott's just gonna drop a sweet beat real quick. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how our voices are necessarily tuned with a subwoofer involved. So odds are, yeah, we're probably getting a little bassy on you. But does that mean you have us on your TV? Are we on the big screen? Scott, we made it. We made it big screen.
Fuck yeah. Look and sound good. Love the content. Keep up the good work. Haven't had a chance to try your cigars yet, but will soon. Not too many sellers in Nebraska. Jeremy, I'm working on that. You know, we originated in Nebraska, and now I don't live there, so I can't keep that face-to-face relationships up. And, yeah, so. Oh, that sucked for headphone users. I bet it did. I'm a dick.
On the work computer. Oh. I relate to that as someone who constantly has some podcast or something pulled up on on my iPad at work because I have ADHD like hell and can't have quietness. I'm cursed by it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Any other questions, guys?
Yeah.
Hit us up with dumb shit. Like dig into Justin's personal life. You'll be happy.
I live an extremely boring life. Although I got to take the Munchkin out on a little evening cruise yesterday.
I saw the
very fun.
the video. Yeah.
Yeah, she started a new game where we put her in her little car and she just takes her shoes off and tosses it over the over the side, so we just get to play pickup while she's driving around in her little Power Wheels.
Yeah.
Looking forward to actually trying the cigars I ordered and a handful for when I return stateside at the end of the month.
Where are you at, if you can say?
Yeah.
Are you in the military? Are you doing a contract? What's going on?
An undisclosed location.
Yeah, I can't say.
Can't.
It's classified.
He could tell us, but he'd have to kill us.
It might not be. It's funny. I was talking to my aunt, and I wrote her a letter when I was in Iraq in 2003, right, for the initial push. And she said something about me mentioning that it was classified. And I said, did I use the word classified? She's like, oh, I don't know. I said, or did I say something like it's OPSEC, where I can't put in this letter what exactly we're doing? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
which are two
different things.
Very different
But
things.
to somebody who doesn't, who's just
like 100%.
OPSEC and classified.
Oh,
Yeah, whatever, right?
Or probably that she probably just read I can't tell you and just like, oh, he's doing classified stuff. Right. It's like, no, this is just for like safety. Yeah. Ooh, in Germany.
Nice. Well, we can ship to APOs. I'm throwing that out there.
Oh, very true. Yeah.
If you have an APO address, we can ship to APOs.
Get squared away.
Yep. Any shop visits to Western PA? Not that I know of.
Oh.
John's going to
Virginia,
but I don't know. It's probably within the bounds of like if I was in Texas.
That's very true.
But I don't know how far that is. So that's probably the closest we have coming up, though.
And that would be the historic smoke.
Yeah, and I believe that's next week.
Yeah, I think next weekend.
Yeah, it's real
I'm
soon.
pretty sure.
Yeah.
When we'll have John, if you're in the comments, correct us. Unless you're, I don't know, underwater.
It's on the calendar.
Yeah, it's soon. We another note for everybody in the chat. If you want to keep up to date on when the guys are making trips to shops, we always put it up on social media on our stories. We try to give a nice 48, 24-hour heads up when the guys are going to be there, so you can go hang out. And
he says we can't ship to Germany, not even nicotine pouches.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Fuck Germany.
Is that, Michael, is that like a country thing, or is that base?
Or is it an APO thing?
APO? Maybe?
Weird.
Maybe it's just the shipping, because I've definitely bought cigarettes in Grafenwehr. That was also a few years ago, but like maybe something changed. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Yeah, that is surprising. Kind of.
Customs rationing and whatnot. Interesting. That's surprising.
Honestly, I think that's set by your chain of command.
Oh, maybe that's it.
I don't think it's because APO should have nothing to do with customs because it's an American address overseas.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So customs is exempt. Now your chain of command can put mail restrictions in. So I believe that's a chain of command.
That is
problem.
a bold ass move to their chain of command to say nope, can't have nicotine shipped in.
So I was talking to Storm from Scars for Warriors, and that's a problem they're running into too. It's not a postal thing, it's not a customs thing, but chain of command would put in these fucking rules for no reason.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That feels like, I guess it's the military, but I was about to say that feels like.
He says the sofa, I don't know what that is, plays a part.
Interesting. I have no idea. Michael, you are educating us right now, homie.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I'm not in Germany, so I've never given a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm assuming. Hopefully they gave the guys a heads up and they didn't get over there and they were like, "Oh, hey, by the way, whatever you got is what you got." Like that'd suck.
Huh. Well, Michael, put in the notes when you do get back that Scott said I get a free victory when I get home. Damn it! So I'll buy you that victory. Status of forces agreement. Yeah. Okay.
Huh.
That makes sense, I guess.
Interesting.
But yeah, put that in your notes in your first order, and your victory's on me. So. What else should we talk about? What's in current events? Let's talk about some current events.
Okay.
So I think a while back on one of the shows, it might have been the Freedom Friends, I don't remember, but I was complaining about this big beautiful bill, how I thought it should be individual things, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think Elon Musk agrees with me.
I've heard roughly. You'll have to give me the lowdown,
Yeah.
but apparently now he's kind of opposed to some of the stuff, or something like that?
There's a lot of pork. There's a lot of bullshit in this big beautiful bill, and like there's a lot of good stuff. There's stuff that we have to have.
I feel like that's got to be in every bill.
That needs to pass. The
Yeah.
problem is
It's attached to a bunch of bullshit.
it's attached to a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's been some congressmen that passed this, and they're like, now that I've read it, I never would have voted yes because this is in it. Well, bitch.
You should have fucking read the bill.
Yeah. But they don't give them time. They don't give them time.
Yeah, there's so much wrong. Like,
There's so much wrong with it.
there's, I feel like the first step, just to like kind of put a Band-Aid on it, is it has to be, like the bill has to be turned in fucking 2 weeks, a month, however long it needs to be in advance before a vote is needed or anything like that. So someone can run through it and be like, yes, we're good on XYZ, not good on ABC. Yeah. Like that should be the first step. And then they should go to fucking single item, one line items.
But
That's
Elon
it.
Musk came out and he's like, yeah, if you voted for this, you should be ashamed of yourself. And like, it's a terrible bill.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because he probably actually read it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or he told Grok, like, fucking hit me with the bullet points.
Yeah.
I did that a couple weeks ago when we were talking about it on one of the shows. And I told ChatGPT, I was like, give me a bullet point list of what's in the big, beautiful bill. And I'm sure it didn't give me everything.
You should ask for the bullshit that's in it, the bad bullet points.
I don't think it can do that because it's one of those where it's like.
There's got to be a way. The less known, the smaller issue bullet points or something like that.
We'll give it a shot. See what it tells me.
Because there was like a AI thing in there where states couldn't regulate AI for 10 years. It was all the federal government and all kinds of weird AI stuff that I don't know if I agree with.
I don't know how you regulate that.
Yeah. Yeah, I have seen him and Trump bickering on social media. And I'm, not obviously, but I voted for Trump and most of what he does is great, but I'm not going to sit back and I don't think this big, beautiful bill thing, like he named it that, it's not all his problem. And there's some stuff in that bill that needs to get passed. Like there's the, finishing the wall, the border security, money for the military. Like there's a lot of things in there that we have to vote for. The problem is the bullshit that they cram in there. Like, how do you stop that? You know? Like, if you're going to slide something in there, why isn't it like term limits for congressmen slipped in there? Like one line in 1,000 pages, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's slip some shit like that in there. But, but I'm going to call it out.
Yeah.
So.
As you should.
So. In the last hour, I don't know what that means.
Oh.
Maybe there was some new bickering.
Let's
Justin will take a look.
Yeah.
See if we can find it.
It's
But like I can see where Elon's pissed, right? Like he became part of the government to find all of this misspending of government money, and he did. And now the person he's worked for and all the stuff he accomplished is pretty much getting shit on because there's a whole bunch more unnecessary spending in this fucking bill. He should have called it this big, unnecessarily necessary fucking bill. Like, it's stupid. Not beautiful. Beautiful is a terrible word for it.
that is true. All right, I'm assuming this is it. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. This is just what I can find, but it was a Truth Social post from Trump saying Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, parentheses, that he knew for months I was going to do, end parentheses, and he just went crazy. And then another post, the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do that.
Wow.
That if that's real, I'm not on Truth Social, so I can't go to his actual page. But like, those are some harsh words from Donnie Boy.
Well, read what Elon posted about the bill. They were pretty harsh too. So.
Oh, were they really?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
He was not happy about it.
I can pull up his.
Elon is saying Trump is in the Epstein files. Uh-oh.
Oh yeah. So from Elon, time to drop a really big bomb. This was 29 minutes ago. Tag Trump real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. This is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT.
Oh.
And then he attached to that, mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. Wow.
Oh, I bet. Oh, you know what? I bet the Democrats are going to start buying fucking Teslas again. He's our hero.
Oh, wow.
Well, you know what? I'm not a fan of anybody who did anything. Like, okay, did he fly with Epstein? Maybe, right? You have to show me that there was, because there's a lot of people. There was a lot of people that flew with Epstein that probably didn't do anything wrong.
I feel like just saying he was in the Epstein files is super vague.
It's super vague.
Like,
right? You have to show me.
Yeah.
He went to the island and he's like doing inappropriate stuff with kids.
Yeah.
Right? And then I won't like him anymore.
Absolutely.
I'll put him in that category.
Yeah. Like if he's a piece of shit, nobody's going to be like, well, but he did. No, you're a piece of shit. Yeah. If you're involved in a bad way in the Epstein files, you're a piece of shit. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But
now I did hear Cash, speaking of Epstein, I heard Cash Patel says that there's security footage of Epstein actually committing suicide. Now, I don't say that I don't believe that, but why in the world would you not put that out?
100%.
Why would you not put a blurred out image of it actually happening so that we don't go crazy with the conspiracy?
How have they confirmed that it's real footage? Did they get it from the prison?
Right.
When did they get it from the prison?
Yeah.
Like, did they get it the day that they went there and checked on him? Or did they get it 2 weeks ago after it's been years now? Like,
Cybertruck will be at the DNC after that tweet. Right? Like he's getting his base back. They probably agreed to this. Like, hey man, sorry I fucked over all your companies. You can throw me under the bus. And get back in with the Democrats. Like,
be a move,
right?
I saw a video the other day, and it took away my faith in humanity, and then also at the same time restored it. And it was an EV sales. Like car dealership, but they only sold used EVs.
Okay.
And he had his big sign, and there was two old couples, like late 60s, maybe late 70s. Like they were old, and they were picketing, and it was just them two. And he was just like, he grabbed his camera guy, and was just like, come on. And he went over there, and he was like, I have all the respect. This is your First Amendment, right? You're more than welcome to do whatever you think is right. But can I talk to you a little bit? And they were like, oh, we're against EV. We're against Tesla. And he was like, just to make it clear, these are all used. I do not work with Tesla directly.
Right.
I order parts from them, but these are not new. These are all used that I then sell. And they were just like, but it's EV. And he was like, well, EV stands for electric vehicle. Tesla is
not evil.
Yeah. Like, and he broke it down, and the guy was just like, oh, like he thought that like Elon owned EVs in general. And I was just like, brother, yeah, come on now. Like, that's one of those where it's like we gotta Google stuff before we make a big sign and go.
Well, like if you stand for something,
Absolutely.
I'm all for stand for something. probably know what the fuck it is you're standing.
Yeah, that's the part that like removed my faith. But the guy that went out there and like he was very respectful and was just like, I just want to break this down for you. You may not understand. I was like, you're fucking good.
How much fun would we have if somebody was out front?
Oh yes,
Yes, like come be on the podcast,
please.
Like let's talk. Let's talk. this
Yeah,
out.
absolutely.
like,
or even if you don't want to be on the podcast,
Yeah.
come sit down. Let's.
Right.
We'd all love to talk.
Yeah.
Like we can have a rational conversation.
Like I'm gonna have a whiskey. I can send Justin out for some soy milk. Whatever you need, let's sit down and talk about it.
I've got IPAs in the fridge. We're good. I saw a video yesterday that I audibly laughed, and it was the caption just said what drinking an IPA is like, and it was a dude recording himself, and he licked
I
like
saw it.
aggressive just bark, and then just took a bite out of an orange. He was like, "This is so fucking good."
I sent that to Mikey actually.
I also sent it to Mikey. Yeah, you got a double dose of that.
Yeah.
It's so accurate. God.
Yeah.
Wow. Shout out to who is that? TJ and Michael for plugging us in on the current events that are going on that we're currently missing.
Yeah, it's escalating.
It is. Now I'm excited to see what Trump nicknames him, because he nicknames everybody.
Yeah.
What's he gonna call him, Alien Boy or something?
Well,
Like,
Rocket Man was already.
that's true. Rocket Man's taken.
It's taken. So.
Rocket Man's taken.
Yeah.
Fuck, kind of. I feel like Rocket Man fits Elon more. Like, he's probably kicking himself for that one.
Yeah.
Oh man, the world is a fucking crazy place. What else we got? I tried looking up some stuff. We talked about the bees. Did you see that Ukraine took out, what was it, 7? Yeah, 7, destroyed 7 bombers on the tarmac at a Russian airbase in East Serbia.
With drones.
With drones.
Yeah, that was
yep.
amazing.
That was,
Yeah.
it was impressive. Seeing the pictures is just like, wow.
Yeah.
Y'all are efficient with this shit.
Yeah.
I can't wait. So you've heard about how they have like the drone racing league.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait until like 5 years from now. They're just like, oh, how'd you get started? And he's like, well, I was a soldier in the Ukraine-Russia war. Like, this dude's just gonna mop the floor with everybody.
Either that, or you got like one of those guys that just has a little fucking bomb in his, and he's just in the race and taking out other guys. Oh, this is not what we do.
Everybody's using wireless. The one guy has fiber optic to his shit.
Yeah, we saw how they were deployed. I think they hired a random dude to drive the truck in.
Did they? I found this 15 minutes before we started going.
Oh
live.
yeah.
So,
So they drove a semi truck
Uh-huh.
with all these drones in the trailer, right? And I saw a video. The Russians got the guy that was driving the truck, and he was on the ground with a zip tie around his neck. I'm kind of struggling a little bit. And then, but the trailer was, I think, rigged with explosives, so that when they opened the trailer, it blew up. And,
Really?
yeah. I think I'm right. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what I saw.
That's impressive.
And it was pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, all these drones flew out of this trailer.
Wow.
Yeah. They had to drive them within range.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Damn. That's
Yeah.
gangster.
Yeah. Just think, Russian guy at the checkpoint. You could have been a fucking hero. Dropped the ball. Now you're probably dead.
You know that truck pulled through, and then like 2 minutes later, he just heard like, zzz, and he's like, fuck.
Yeah, they took out. It was like 30% of all of Russia's bombers.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome.
And that was like, I think that's their main capability of launching their nukes is to
Yeah.
put it on the bombers. And so it was just like, because I think the U.S. and Russia have like 5,000 nukes or something like that.
Well, I'm sure
each.
they have like big ICBMs though.
Oh, I'm sure that too. Yeah. Multiple drones in the spaces in a connex, and it deployed without the driver knowing about it. Like 5 bases just utilized commercial shipping.
Yeah.
Fucking genius,
Yeah,
man.
so that the driver had no knowledge of it, and he got fucked up.
Yeah. Fucking. It's like a modern day Trojan horse.
Right.
It's just. Speaking of which, I saw. I think it was UPS or FedEx used the other shipping company. Like it was UPS using FedEx or FedEx using UPS for essentially a marketing campaign where they took boxes and put like this special paint on them that when you froze it, it went all black. But then it had all the branding for the other company.
Okay.
So when they loaded it up, it was nice and cold, so it just looked black. And then once it traveled in the truck and on the plane and everything, it's UPS like hauling around FedEx boxes and shit, and they use it as a marketing campaign.
I could market for. FedEx won't ship cigars, so I can't really market too much for them. But UPS, I could. If you want it broken, send it through UPS.
Yep.
If you want it lost, the post office is really good at that.
Bingo.
Yeah. Actually, I have shirts that I still need to do that little skit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
At one point, we'll just have to like load it up in like one of the trailers, and it'll just be like, "Thank you so much, sir. Your package will be delivered with care." And then it's just a hard cut of you just beating the fuck out of it with a bat.
It's bad.
Oh.
Yeah. What are we on? 50 minutes?
Yeah. We've been going for about 52 minutes.
Cool. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions, we'll probably wrap this up, and we'll do it next time. So.
Yeah.
Let us know if you like it. If you missed it and you are watching it after the fact, let us know if you'll tune in next time. So,
Let us know your thoughts.
yeah. I kind of like this, though. I kind of like interacting with the peoples.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's a good time.
yeah. We don't have too many crazies, though. All you guys seem pretty educated, and like I appreciate this.
Just here for a good time. That's
Yeah.
all we're here for.
Yeah. So,
But
anyway, I guess I'll sign it out, and go check out the website. Right now, it's 20% off from now till June 15th for our Father's Day sale, which is like our biggest sale of the year. And then we'll have a creative, good 4th of July sale coming up.
we
too.
sure will.
So,
We sure will. Got some fun stuff coming up.
Yeah. John and I will both be here next week, I think, so that'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Not for me. I think that's pretty much it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't need a bucket of ice this time. I had my little Yeti of ice.
Yeah.
Got me solo through this podcast.
Hell yeah.
Not quite done with the cigar, but the quality control on the new one that just came in is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
This is literally 1 hour after we got delivered, and it's burning fine.
Fuck yeah.
I'm always a little worried because, Texas is hot right now.
Yes.
Sitting in the back of a T-Force semi on a pallet, that's awfully hot. And the cigars are, this is the newest batch, but it checks out. I'm happy with this. So quality control went well.
I guess one last piece. If you missed it in the beginning of the episode, we do have a bunch of restock stuff.
Yeah,
So.
dumpster fires. That's the biggest one. We're
Yeah.
back in stock with dumpster fires. A couple other things we were out of. So, yeah. But thanks, guys, and we'll see.